If you're a senior and you're noticing that your muscles feel weaker, your joints feel stiffer, and arthritis pain seems to be slowly taking over your daily life, this video is extremely important for you because there is one simple food that stands out above the rest, and most people are either eating the wrong version of it or not eating it at all. Today, we're talking about the #1 yogurt for seniors to boost muscle strength and help stop arthritis from progressing. And the science behind this may surprise you. As we age, something silent and dangerous begins to happen inside the body, something most seniors are never warned about, something that steals strength long before it steals years. And that hidden process is muscle loss, because after the age of 60, the human body can lose up to 2% of its muscle mass every single year, even if body weight stays the same, meaning you may look the same on the outside while becoming dramatically weaker on the inside. And this loss of muscle is not cosmetic. It is directly linked to falls, fractures, loss of independence, slower metabolism, worsening arthritis, and even early mortality, according to large population studies published in the Journal of Gerontology. What makes this even more alarming is that this muscle loss is not simply caused by aging itself. It is caused by a biological resistance that develops inside aging muscle, something scientists call anabolic resistance, where muscles stop responding to low-quality protein the way they once did, meaning the foods that worked in your 40s quietly stop working in your 60s. And this is why many seniors eat enough but still grow weaker year after year. Here is the shocking truth backed by decades of nutritional research. Older adults do not need less protein. They need more protein per meal, and not just any protein, but protein rich in a specific amino acid called leucine, because leucine is the master switch that turns on muscle repair and muscle rebuilding. And without enough leucine, muscle tissue simply does not respond, no matter how much you eat. This is where plain, full-fat Greek yogurt separates itself from nearly every other food commonly eaten by seniors. Greek yogurt is not just yogurt, it is concentrated nutrition, because during the straining process, excess liquid and lactose are removed, leaving behind a dense source of highly bioavailable protein, delivering nearly double the protein of regular yogurt in the same serving size. And studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that older adults who consume higher protein dairy experience significantly less muscle loss over time. But the real power of Greek yogurt lies in its leucine content. Research shows that seniors require a higher leucine threshold to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. And Greek yogurt naturally provides this in a form the aging digestive system can actually absorb and use, unlike many plant proteins or processed protein bars that pass through the body with limited effect. This matters because muscle is not just for movement. Muscle is a metabolic organ, and when muscle disappears, blood sugar control worsens, inflammation rises, joints carry more load, and arthritis pain intensifies, creating a vicious cycle that accelerates physical decline. Now, here's a fact that should stop every senior in their tracks. Studies show that low muscle mass is a stronger predictor of mortality than obesity, meaning being weak is more dangerous than being overweight, yet most seniors are told to eat less instead of eat smarter. And this nutritional misunderstanding costs millions of people their independence. Greek yogurt directly addresses this problem. Its protein is slow digesting, providing a steady release of amino acids into the bloodstream, which is crucial for older adults whose bodies struggle to efficiently recycle protein throughout the day. And this sustained delivery helps preserve lean muscle tissue even during periods of inactivity. But protein alone is not enough. Full-fat Greek yogurt contains natural dairy fats that enhance nutrient absorption and reduce inflammation, and studies on full-fat dairy consumption show no increased cardiovascular risk in older adults, while actually improving muscle strength and physical performance, something that completely contradicts outdated low-fat dietary advice. Then there is calcium, not just for bones, but for muscle contraction itself, because every time a muscle fiber contracts, calcium is involved, and inadequate calcium intake weakens muscle signaling, increasing fatigue and instability, which is why seniors with low calcium are more likely to fall. Greek yogurt delivers calcium in a highly absorbable form, especially when paired with its naturally occurring vitamin D and vitamin K2 cofactors found in quality dairy, which help direct calcium into bones and muscles instead of arteries. But perhaps the most overlooked benefit is how Greek yogurt supports muscle indirectly by improving gut health. Aging dramatically alters the gut microbiome, reducing beneficial bacteria that help digest protein and absorb minerals. And poor gut health has been directly linked to reduced muscle strength in older adults, a condition now referred to as the gut-muscle axis in scientific literature. Greek yogurt contains live probiotic cultures that help restore this balance, improving protein absorption and lowering systemic inflammation, which otherwise blocks muscle repair at the cellular level. This means Greek yogurt does not just feed your muscles, it prepares your body to actually use what you eat. And here's the part most people never hear. Even light daily activity creates a window where protein becomes dramatically more effective. And when Greek yogurt is consumed consistently, muscles regain sensitivity to growth signals, meaning seniors who combine simple movement with high-quality protein can slow or even partially reverse age-related muscle loss. This is not speculation. Clinical trials have shown that older adults consuming high-protein dairy experience improved grip strength, better walking speed, and reduced frailty compared to those relying on lower-quality protein sources. And when muscle strength improves, arthritis pain often decreases because stronger muscles stabilize joints, reduce mechanical stress, and absorb impact that would otherwise damage cartilage. So when we talk about Greek yogurt for seniors, we are not talking about a snack. We are talking about a daily signal to the body that says, preserve strength, protect movement, maintain independence, but only if it is the right kind. Plain, full-fat Greek yogurt with no added sugar, because sugar fuels inflammation and directly interferes with muscle protein synthesis while also worsening joint pain over time. This is why the yogurt you choose matters more than most people realize. Because after 60, food is no longer just fuel, it is information. And Greek yogurt sends one of the strongest messages aging muscles can receive. Stay strong, stay active, and do not give in quietly to decline. And that single choice, repeated day after day, can change the entire trajectory of aging. For millions of seniors, arthritis feels like an unavoidable sentence handed down by age itself, a slow tightening of the joints, a deep ache in the knees, hips, hands, and spine that seems to whisper every morning, "This is just how life is now." But modern science tells a very different story, because arthritis is not simply worn-out joints. It is an inflammatory disease, and inflammation does not begin in the joints. It begins deep inside the body, often in a place most people never think to look, the gut. By the age of 60, the human gut microbiome has changed dramatically. Beneficial bacteria decline, harmful bacteria gain ground, and the intestinal lining becomes more permeable, a condition researchers call leaky gut. When this barrier weakens, inflammatory compounds slip into the bloodstream, triggering immune responses that travel directly to vulnerable tissues, especially the joints. Studies published in Nature Reviews Rheumatology confirm that chronic low-grade inflammation originating in the gut plays a major role in both osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis progression. This means arthritis pain is not just mechanical, it is biochemical, it is systemic, and this is why painkillers alone rarely solve the problem. Here is a shocking fact most seniors are never told. Inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein and interleukin-6 are often elevated years before joint pain becomes severe. By the time arthritis symptoms are obvious, inflammation has already been quietly damaging cartilage and synovial tissue for a long time. So the real question becomes this: how do you calm inflammation at its source? This is where plain full-fat Greek yogurt becomes far more than a food. It becomes a biological tool. Greek yogurt is one of the most accessible natural sources of live probiotic cultures, beneficial bacteria that help restore balance inside the gut. Research from the Journal of Nutrition shows that probiotic-rich foods can significantly reduce inflammatory cytokines that are directly linked to joint pain, stiffness, and swelling. When these probiotics colonize the gut, they do something remarkable. They strengthen the intestinal barrier, reducing the leakage of inflammatory compounds into the bloodstream. Less leakage means less immune overreaction. Less immune overreaction means less joint inflammation. This is not theory. Clinical studies have demonstrated that individuals with improved gut barrier integrity experience measurable reductions in arthritis symptoms, including morning stiffness and pain during movement. But Greek yogurt goes even deeper. It contains short-chain fatty acid-producing bacteria that generate compounds like butyrate during digestion. Butyrate has been shown to directly suppress inflammation, regulate immune cells, and protect cartilage from breakdown. In animal models and human studies alike, higher butyrate levels are associated with reduced joint degeneration. And then there is calcium, which most people associate only with bones. But calcium also plays a crucial role in joint lubrication and muscle coordination around the joints. Weak muscles increase joint stress, accelerating arthritis damage. Greek yogurt provides calcium in a form that is easily absorbed, reducing the mechanical strain that fuels joint inflammation. Full-fat Greek yogurt also contains bioactive peptides released during fermentation. These peptides have been shown to inhibit enzymes that break down cartilage and connective tissue, a key process in arthritis progression. In other words, yogurt doesn't just reduce pain signals, it helps protect the joint structure itself. Now let's address a dangerous myth. Many seniors avoid dairy because they believe it increases inflammation. But large population studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show the opposite. Fermented dairy products like yogurt are associated with lower inflammatory markers, while non-fermented sugar-laden dairy products are the real culprits. The fermentation process changes everything. It neutralizes inflammatory compounds and creates new anti-inflammatory ones. This is why Greek yogurt behaves differently in the body than milk, ice cream, or processed cheese. Another overlooked factor is insulin resistance. High blood sugar levels worsen arthritis by increasing glycation, a process where sugar binds to proteins in cartilage, making joints stiff and brittle. Greek yogurt, when plain and unsweetened, has a low glycemic impact and actually improves insulin sensitivity, helping reduce one of the hidden drivers of joint damage. And here's something deeply important. The gut is where 70% of the immune system resides. When the gut is inflamed, the immune system stays in a constant state of alert. This chronic immune activation attacks joints even when there is no injury. Probiotics from Greek yogurt help retrain the immune system, reducing unnecessary attacks on joint tissue. This is why seniors who improve gut health often report not just less joint pain, but better energy, clearer thinking, and improved digestion at the same time. The body stops fighting itself. Consistency is the key. Studies show that regular daily intake of probiotic-rich foods leads to cumulative anti-inflammatory effects. Arthritis does not calm down overnight, but week by week, inflammatory signals decrease, cartilage breakdown slows, and joint mobility improves. And there's another powerful connection. Inflammation and muscle loss are linked. When inflammation decreases, muscles respond better to protein, becoming stronger and more supportive of joints. Stronger muscles stabilize joints, reducing pain with every step, every movement, every simple daily task. This creates a positive cycle instead of a downward spiral. But this only works if the yogurt is the right kind. Added sugars destroy the benefit by feeding harmful gut bacteria and spiking inflammatory pathways. Artificial flavors interfere with microbial balance. What seniors need is plain, full-fat Greek yogurt with live and active cultures clearly listed on the label. Because at a certain stage of life, pain is no longer just about joints. It's about inflammation, immunity, and internal balance. Greek yogurt addresses all three at once. It calms the gut. It quiets the immune system. It protects the joints from the inside out. And that is why, for many seniors, reducing arthritis pain does not start with stronger medications or invasive procedures, but with restoring harmony inside the gut, one simple, science-backed choice at a time. Because aging does not have to mean living in pain. And sometimes the most powerful relief comes not from the pharmacy, but from understanding how deeply connected the body truly is. For many seniors, the tragedy is not that they choose the wrong foods, it's that they use the right foods in the wrong way, at the wrong time, and without consistency. And science shows that timing, combination, and daily habits can determine whether nutrition becomes medicine or simply calories that pass through the body without changing anything. Here is a fact that shocks most people. After the age of 60, the body's ability to use protein drops sharply, meaning you can eat a healthy food and still receive only a fraction of its benefits if it's consumed at the wrong time or paired poorly. This is why how you use Greek yogurt matters just as much as choosing it. Researchers studying aging muscles discovered something critical called the anabolic window. Even light activity, such as walking, stretching, or household chores, temporarily resensitizes muscle cells to protein. In this window, protein absorption and utilization can increase dramatically. Studies in the Journal of Applied Physiology show that older adults who consume high-quality protein shortly after movement experience significantly greater muscle preservation than those who eat the same protein hours later. This means Greek yogurt becomes far more powerful when consumed earlier in the day or after light physical activity, not late at night when digestion slows and muscles are less responsive. This single timing adjustment can be the difference between slowing muscle loss and continuing decline, but timing alone is not enough. The body does not absorb nutrients in isolation. Nutrients work in teams. When Greek yogurt is combined with antioxidant-rich foods like berries, inflammation drops further, oxidative stress decreases, and joint tissue is better protected. Polyphenols from berries have been shown to suppress inflammatory pathways that directly contribute to cartilage breakdown, while the protein in yogurt supports the muscles that stabilize those joints. Then there are seeds. Adding ground flaxseed or chia seeds introduces omega-3 fatty acids, which research consistently shows reduce joint inflammation and stiffness. Omega-3s also improve muscle protein synthesis efficiency, meaning the protein from Greek yogurt becomes more effective at rebuilding tissue. This is synergy, not supplementation. Another overlooked factor is digestion. As we age, stomach acid declines, digestive enzymes decrease, and nutrient absorption weakens. Greek yogurt's fermented nature partially predigests protein, making it far easier for seniors to absorb compared to meat-heavy meals that strain digestion and often lead to discomfort. This is why seniors who replace one heavy meal with Greek yogurt often report less bloating, more energy, and improved regularity. Consistency is where the transformation happens. Scientific studies on inflammation, muscle preservation, and gut health all point to the same conclusion. Sporadic intake produces minimal results, while daily intake creates cumulative change. Inflammation does not rise overnight, and it does not fall overnight either, but daily exposure to probiotics, protein, and anti-inflammatory fats steadily rewires how the body responds. Here's another powerful truth. Many seniors unknowingly sabotage their progress with sugar. Added sugar spikes insulin, increases inflammatory cytokines, feeds harmful gut bacteria, and directly interferes with muscle protein synthesis. Even small daily sugar intake has been shown to worsen arthritis pain over time. This is why flavored yogurts quietly undermine everything Greek yogurt is meant to fix. Plain means plain. No sweeteners, no syrups, no artificial flavors. If sweetness is needed, natural fruit provides fiber and antioxidants without triggering inflammatory cascades. Now consider hydration. Protein metabolism requires adequate water. Dehydration thickens joint fluid and increases stiffness. Greek yogurt naturally contains electrolytes that support hydration at the cellular level, improving joint lubrication and muscle contraction. This is one reason seniors who eat yogurt regularly often report less morning stiffness. And let's talk about habit formation. The human brain is wired for routine. When Greek yogurt becomes a daily ritual rather than an occasional food, the body begins to anticipate nutrients, digestive enzymes adjust, gut bacteria populations stabilize, and inflammatory responses decrease more efficiently. This biological anticipation effect has been documented in circadian nutrition research, showing that regular eating patterns improve metabolic and inflammatory outcomes. There's also a psychological effect that science supports. When seniors choose foods that actively support strength and mobility, adherence to movement increases. Stronger muscles reduce fear of movement. Reduced fear leads to more activity. More activity further improves joint health. This positive feedback loop is one of the strongest predictors of healthy aging. But this only works if expectations are realistic. Greek yogurt is not a painkiller. It does not erase decades of damage in a week. What it does is far more powerful. It changes the internal environment that allowed muscle loss and arthritis to accelerate in the first place. Week by week, inflammation lowers. Month by month, muscles respond better. Over time, joints feel more stable, less reactive, less painful, and the data confirms this pattern. Long-term observational studies show that seniors who consistently consume fermented dairy have better mobility scores, fewer falls, and improved quality of life compared to those who do not. This is why usage matters. 1 cup a day, consumed at the right time, paired with the right foods, repeated without interruption, because aging is not defeated by dramatic interventions. It is shaped by small, correct decisions made daily. Greek yogurt, used correctly, becomes more than food. It becomes a daily message to the body that strength is still required, movement is still expected, and decline is not being accepted without resistance. And sometimes that message delivered consistently is enough to change everything.